DUBTurbo 2.0 tutorial video number 4. What I'll teach you guys how to do here is make and import your own kits, or if you've already bought new kits or cool kits anywhere or sampled anything cool, how to convert it so that it's readable in DUBTurbo and you can import them as a sample set either for the drum pads or for the keyboard. So those of you that don't have an editor out there, you're going to need one. I'd like to use SoundForge personally, or just go right into Cubase itself and record right into Cubase and then export from it. But if you don't have one, a free one out there is Wavesaur, and it's just like dinosaur but wavesaur.com. It's a free cool little app. It's like a mini version of SoundForge. I don't really know how or where I heard of this, but it seems to accommodate what we need to do, at least for this part, rather easily. And it's got a lot of the functions that you can use to make cool kits, but it's missing a couple, so it's limited to a certain degree. Maybe I'll do another advanced version of how to make over-the-top kits, but I'll try to cover quite a bit here. So I'm not going to sample nothing. I'm just going to go right through my mic, do a little bit of a beatbox and a couple of voxes, and convert those into a couple quick little masters for you guys. I'm not in a vocal booth. I'm at the computer. You might hear a little bit of feedback from the computer. So this set of kits isn't going to turn out that hot, straight up, right up front, but we'll do our best anyway. So what I'll do quickly is click on record. It just literally starts recording right away until you click on it again. It's recording what I'm saying right now. So what I'll do is beatbox quickly and then do a couple of voxes on 2 or 3 octaves, and then we'll overlay them for the final. Might sound really funny at first, so don't laugh. There's a good means to an end at this, okay? One sec. And then we'll do a couple of voxes just by going ha, 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 yo, 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 hey, hey, hey. Okay, and those will be overlaid, all 3 of them. We'll stop it right there. So one thing we can do here is go over it, and any spots that are peaked, like this guy right here, I'm just using my roller. I think you can use your forward and backwards arrow keys, yep, just to zoom in and out. And I'm going to normalize this. It's way too loud. If you don't have a pop filter, I'm not using one right now, then you can just normalize it. Process, normalize, and play with whatever one you need to for it to be closer to the rest. I can go through here and do that to all of them, but I'm not going to waste your time watching me do that. What I will do at first, so don't, okay, delete all that. Just literally click, hold, and drag to highlight whatever portion you want, and then just press delete. And you'll get rid of any white space and extras you don't need. So now I'm going to quickly go to the voxes that I made. Those are really loud. We'll turn all 3 of them down. Normalize, -6. Probably could turn them down even more. -6 some more. Okay, scroll in. All I'm going to really do is copy this. Control C. See the amount of white space between the beginning of it and the start? We'll try to choose about the same here. Just click once so that your indicator is there, and then go up to Edit, Other Paste, and then Paste and Mix. So now we have both of those samples overlaid over each other. Okay, there's 2 octaves there. And now we're going to take that and do the same thing. Control C on this last one. Edit, Other Paste, Paste and Mix. There we have our first little cool. I'm going to do that again. Go a little bit closer. Might have to do some trial and error until it sounds perfect. Maybe I'm going too close. Let's try back here. There we go. Yo. Okay, so now what I'll do is just select that guy. Control C, Control N for new. 16-bit, 44.1. And just paste, Control V. Zoom out, there's our final. Now what I'll do to make sure it's clean, right here is probably just a little bit of a breath noise. Okay, we'll go to Process and Fade Out. And now we know we're going right out to nothing. And at the beginning we don't want any waiting time, so when we hit the pad, it's triggered right away. It doesn't play that beginning bit, and it's kind of dirty anyway, so we'll just delete. Okay. There's our first sample, done and made and edited and mastered somewhat. We could probably raise the volume up here a little bit now, but I won't. Just leave it as is. We'll do a save, and we're going to save this to the DUBTurbo directories sample folders. And those are in your computer, your C file, or C drive, sorry, your program files folder. In there, find DUBTurbo 2.0. Double click on it and you'll see samples at the very bottom. Go in there. This will be a new drum set that we're making, so double click on drums. Voila, there's all of our drums that we use. Now you're going to make a new folder. We're going to start it with 2 Z's, or Z's, ZZ, so that it's at the very bottom of our whole library, and we can get to it easily later, and it doesn't screw with the rest of our list. We know it's at the end. So I always try to do that. Start with ZZ to go with any new sample kit you add. And we'll just call this random, because it literally is going to be a random, yeah, just random. Okay, go in here, and we're going to name this, because it's a drum set. Pay close attention to this part. Don't just randomly name them. Everything in there in those drum sets is named with a proper naming convention. 1 through 6 is always the same, and then 7 through 10 or through 0 is different. So it's not an actual drum set, this one. We're not actually using drums, we're using beatboxes, but there's still a kick beatbox and a snare beatbox. When I beatbox, I still try to make those sounds. This isn't a actual drum of any kind. This is just a sample. So we'll leave this towards the later numbers. I'll go with 7. So we'll go with 7 dash huh. And then it'll be dot wave. Okay, we can close that. We're good to go with that guy. I'll do the rest on my own, so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this, but I will do at least 2 drums, so you see me do the drums. So here's my first little boom, boom. I'm going to take the loop off. Boom, boom. Okay, Control C, Control N. Make sure we're at 16-bit, 44.1, good. Control V. Boom, boom. That's just white space. Delete it. Grab that last little bit. And fade out. Beginning, get rid of anything that we can at the beginning. If that happens, it's just trying to find a 0 point so that it's not selecting up here or in the middle of the graph. It's trying to find a 0 point so that when it does come in and play, it's not going to let me go any further than that. So I'm going to lose a little bit of the beginning, or I'm going to have to sacrifice a little bit of white space and time. No, I'm not. I just held down Shift and clicked, and that let me go to wherever I want. Okay, something new I learned in Wavesaur today. Delete. Now we have a very clean kick. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now we'll save this. That same folder, we should still be in there. And this is our kick. And 1 and 2 in our drum series are always kicks. So we'll call this 1 dash kick dot wave. Cool. Close that. We'll find our snare. Okay, Control C, Control N, yes, Control V, quick. Just grab the beginning, drag it right to the end, because that's extra space. Right away we know we don't need that. Process, fade out so it's clean. Scroll near the beginning, hold down Shift so you can drag. Oh no, don't hold down Shift. Just do that, and then with Shift held down, click to wherever you want it. Cut. Delete. Clean snare. Save that. Our snares are on 3 and 4. So 3 dash snare dot wave. I should have went 1 through 10 to make this less confusing for you guys, but I'm hoping you're picking up what I'm putting down. Good with that one. Okay, we can use that as our second kick. It's a lighter kick. Control C, Control V. Get rid of the end piece. Get rid of the beginning piece. Just to be sure, fade out. Cool. Control S for save. 2 dash kick. Dot wave. Okay, so now it's going to start making more sense. 1 kick, 2 kick, 3 snare, 4 snare when we get to it, and then 5 and 6 are hi-hats. Then 7 through 10 we'll leave for the voxes. Okay, we'll add. We should have 2 hi-hats here. A longer one, and then a quick one. And if we don't have a quick one, what we can do is this guy. In fact, I'll do this. So I'll get my long one first. Control C, Control N, Control V. Get rid of that. And then I'll do this again. This time just grab a little piece. Maybe just the tail. Sounds like an actual hi-hat. Pretty cool. Control C, again, Control N, Control V. So I just made a sample and then a sample from another sample. Pretty neat. Okay, Control S, 5 dash hi-hat, dot wave. And then this guy's ready for me. Just gotta get rid of that. Fade out. Control S, 6 dash hi-hat, dot wave. So now we have 1, 2, 3. We're missing another snare for 4. Let's find another snare in here. They kind of sound the same. That sounds really cheesy. We'll try to pull a snare from the snare, just like we just did, just by grabbing just a piece of this one. It sounds dirty, but it will work because I'm going to fade out the end. So Control C, Control N, Control V. Get rid of all the extras. And now we're just going to fade that bit out. Control S, 4 dash snare dot wave. Okay, so we have 8, 9, and 10 left. I'll do the voxes. Oh, you guys have watched me do it so far, so hey, hey, hey. Grab our hey, Control C, click about here, paste and mix. Hey, hey. Nice. Control C again. Move further down the timeline. Paste and mix. Hey! Hey! Very nice. Control C, Control N for new. Control V. We have our own canvas just for this now. Get rid of this. Process, fade out. This beginning, we'll have to chop a little bit of this so it triggers nice for us. And then what else we can do is just fade in very subtly right at the very beginning, just for a touch, to make sure that it doesn't start with a loud in there anywhere, disrupting our beat. Hey! Nice fade in and nice fade out, so it's clean. Hey! Hey! Okay. Control S, 8 dash. Hey. Whoops. Dot wave. What else we got here? Okay, and those will be overlaid. Huh. 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 Yo. 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 Okay. Yo. Yo. In fact, I like that. I'm going to keep just that. Control C, Control N, Control V. Get rid of this. Fade this out. Once you get going, it's pretty quick. Yo. 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 Nice. 9 dot wave, or 9 dash yo dot wave. Close, and then this last yo, we'll leave that by itself. Yo! Control C, Control N. Get rid of that. Fade out. Get rid of the beginning. Yo! Got rid of too much there. Maybe about there. Yo! Okay, and then fade that in. Yo! Yo! Control S. Don't name it 10. Okay, name it 91 when it comes to the last one. 91 dash yo again. Dot wave. Because in actual numerical format, 10 comes before 2. So we have to go 9 then 91. Okay, so now we have 10 samples in DUBTurbo's folder. What we actually have to do now, go to your C program files DUBTurbo 2 folder, and you'll see what I see here. All we need to focus on is samples and data. Okay, in the samples folder, we'll go in here. you'll see two parsers, parse drums and parse keys. We just added to the drums. So we're going to parse new drums. We're going to double click on the parse drums.exe and you'll see a new icon pop up. We're going to right click and cut that, not copy, but cut. We just want to get it out of here. Go up one folder level and go into data. There's already going to be a drums folder or icon in here. You're going to overwrite it with the new one. So you just updated the library and now you're pasting it into the data, overwriting the old one, saying, hey, you added new stuff, go read it, parse it, and now it'll be in DUBTurbo when we start up DUBTurbo. So let's go and get it rolling, draw in some bars, go to the very end. There's random, click on it, and
hey, yo, yo.
Awesome. While we're here, let's make a quick beat. Whoops. The beatboxing drums and sounds could have been a lot louder, but I didn't normalize them. To be loud, I normalized them to be quiet, and then these are taking over, so we'll turn all those down.
Hey, yo, 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 yo. Hey, yo, 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 yo. Hey, yo, 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 yo.
All right. It could have been a lot better. Done. And we can overlay this now with other drums quickly.
Hey, yo, 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 yo.
So you can get really creative really quick with this. If we do the same thing in the keyboard folder, if we were to go back into Wavesaur and we were to record some pianos or even these, we can do the same thing. In fact, why don't I do that right now? We'll go back into our samples folder. We'll go into drums. We'll find our random folder that we added. Okay. Right click and copy. We're going to copy that into the keyboard as well. Go up a level. You have drums and keys. This time go into keys. Here's all of our keyboard sounds. We're going to add it here too. Right click and paste. There's random here now too. Now you have to restart DUBTurbo and you have to parse it again. This time parsing the keys. So we'll go up a level. The same way we parsed drums, this time parse keys. We'll parse the keys. A new icon will pop up. We right click, cut it out of here. Go up a level. Go into data. Right click, paste. It'll overwrite the keys. Quick thing I'll mention is there's a backup folder. If you go into data, paste, and it screws up DUBTurbo for whatever reason, we've created a backup folder. So go into backup, data, there's all three again. You can just copy both. Don't cut. Never get rid of these. This is your backup folder. If you get rid of this, they're gone. We'll have them on the website as a more backup for you too. But try to remember that that's your backup. Don't delete them. Don't press cut, but copy and then overwrite them again, and you'll be back to your defaults. Okay, so it's that easy. I just parsed both. I'm going to restart DUBTurbo again. And this time, here, let's just make a quick beat. Okay, and then we'll go on to a keyboard layer, click edit, and go down to the ZZ. There we are. All of our sounds are also now part of the keyboard. So now we can stretch them. This should have been or could have been an actual sound, like an actual instrument, played on a C note, and you import it on its, import it, make sure it is a C note, and then it stretches nicely. Here, we'll just have the ability to now create cool little funky rolls or drops. It's not going to work well as a loop, but as a fill-in, as a roll, changing up the sounds so that you have a copy here like this, and then the next set. Just like we built the drums right there, we can build drums here too. Why don't I illustrate? So we go onto our keyboard layer. We go to the kit we just made. We go to kick. We can do a beat here. We can go boom. Boom. Okay, and then the next layer would be our snare. So it's a more manual way of doing things, but this way you can rock the snare or the kick or anything going up or down on the keyboard and bending it, which is pretty cool. So it's boom, ba-doom, boom, and then we can drop it a bit. Okay, so very simple, but and then the next could still be the same kit and doing your hi-hats. Okay, lastly, I'll say, I don't know why some users are saying their WAV files aren't being read when they import them. So, and they're trying to use some of the software that we've recommended. For whatever reason, Wavesaur seems to work. If it doesn't work for you, the few things I'd recommend is try changing up the bit depth. Okay, if 16 isn't working for you, go to 8. If 8 isn't working for you, try 16. Stay away from the 24, 32, and 64s. Or try those. I don't know why it seems to not work for some people when importing, but everybody should be able to import. And the good news is, for the next version, we're doing our best. Shh, can't promise, but we're doing our best to implement an import button here. So you guys will be able to import directly from the app's interface versus having to parse like I just showed you how to do. I made it kind of long and boring and slow, but really, it doesn't take too long. Okay, especially if you have new kits that you just bought and you want to import them real quick. Even if you have to convert them, open them up in your editor and resave them as 16 or 8-bit. Cool. Thank you for paying attention. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. We'll see you in video tutorial number 5, where we will, I don't know, it'll be a surprise, I guess. It'll be cool though, whatever it is. Peace.